would love to be doing it outside for more light, but it's going to rain at any moment, so I figure I might as well just start up in here. All right, so the first thing we want to do is go in there and get that little pad out, and also remove that plate right here from behind the handle. There we go. And that exposes a 10 millimeter nut behind there, or bolt. All right, for the door handle. As you saw, I had the flashlight in my mouth. It helped to pivot the handle out a little bit while you were taking it out. And as you can see, we have two star bolts back there, ones that require a star bit. All right, first I'll take my 10 millimeter socket. Alright, it is loose down there, it's out. I don't have my magnet with me, so I'll just leave it down in there, nice and safe where it won't get lost. And now we'll move on to these two over here. Alright, so these two are T30s, are the Star 30s. Depending on what year you have, may depend on whether you have the T25 or the T30. I have the 2015, but I think that could fall under the new or the old style, the 2015s. All right. And I'm just going to finish screwing these two out. I don't think you guys need to watch this entire part, so we'll just move on to the removing the actual door panel now at this point. Now that we have the two screws out here, the bolt out here, now we can remove it. I'm the second owner, so I can't say if the door panel has never been taken off. This is going to be my first time taking it off. I do feel a bit of a gap back here to grab onto. I'm assuming there's probably a broken tab back there, is why I'm able to feel that gap. So if you don't have any broken tabs, it may be pretty tight on here. So you may want to put like some tape along here on the painted side, and maybe put something like a body panel removing tool or a flathead screwdriver or something to get back there to give you the gap you need. All right, so as you can see, it's coming off pretty easy for me, and I would take it to mean that someone has been in this door before. There we go. And so there's multiple areas that need to be disconnected. This right here one, like this just slides out, no actual tab I gotta push, so I think I can just pull that apart. Yep. There's one down here on the door light. Gotta just push the little tab in to slide that out. All right, that's for the light. There's another light at the bottom. You disconnect that. There's one over here. I'm assuming that's for the maybe ambient lighting, maybe. And I think there's going to be one more. Now I can put the door panel to the side. Looking at this tape right here, almost like the type of tape you put on your duct ventilation in your home. So I'm assuming that this is someone's been in here before, prior to me. So what we need to do next is remove this right here. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws that have to come out. Now we want to, there's sticky stuff behind here, almost like a tar type stuff. So we want to just be able to pull this away. All right, let me see if I can show you this. So this right here is us going into the door. And you see this little membrane up here kind of covering it all up. Pulled it back out of the way a bit so you can see this plug right here. That's what we're going to unplug first. So that will disconnect. If yours is making that continuous buzzing noise, that should stop that buzzing noise from happening once you unplug that. All right, you see that red tab right there? All right, you have to slide it down. You see I have it in that extended position. My hand blocks the view of the camera when it's in there, so I couldn't do it at the same time. But you just stick your finger in there and you just slide that red tab down, and right behind it will be the, on the black part, you push that in order to disconnect it and just slide that plug out of the way. Hopefully you guys can see it, so, oops, where am I? Where is it? Oh. All right, so hopefully you guys can see it. There's the plug unplugged, so that's what it looks like. So now we'll move to the outside for a brief moment, because after we move the bolts to be able to take this out, we don't want this extended. All right, so we're gonna wanna push this back in like so. All right. Yeah, that's gonna make it a lot easier for you to get it out of here once you have all the bolts out. All right, now I believe some of these holes up here are supposed to give us access to some of the bolts. So let's take a look and see what's behind the iron curtain. All right, I believe there's going to be 3 different bolts going on here, all right? One is right in here, if you're able to, right there, real easy. That's the easy one, 10 millimeter bolt. The other one is behind here. Just pop this off, and I believe that's it right there. So that's number 2. And the other one, I think we have to go in either through here or here after we make the window go back up into its fully closed position. All right, so let's get the 2 easy ones first. Loosen that one. Then go in here. And loosen that one. Sometimes helpful just to put some tape or some paper inside of your socket. That way it will hold on to the nut when it comes off. You don't have to worry about dropping it. But I didn't do that on this one. Number 2. Now I believe the other one is accessible through one of these 2 holes, but with the glass in the way, we need to make the window, the door thinks the door is closed. So in order to do that, we're going to close this over here. So we're just going to take our finger, put it in there, and swivel it down. We're just going to swivel it down with whatever you have into a lock position. And then, I'm not sure if you heard that, but that was it, pushing the window all the way up into the closed position. So, and when it's in this position, you got your door open, do not close your door because you'll be risking breaking this glass right here because it's in a fully extended position. So do not close your door when you have it in this position, all right? Now we should have access to the last remaining bolt. All right, so I believe this membrane right now is making it difficult for me to get a wrench around there. It's creating an extra thickness that isn't working. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove this. I would have removed it when I took it out. So, but I'm gonna just go and try to remove it now so that I can have better access to that bolt. Didn't get it all the way out, but I did get it off from around the bolt. So, which is good, I think. All right, so I got the last one going through this hole right here, but not actually going through the hole. That's just where you can see the bolt at. I'll tell you how I got it out of there, and I understand why people glossed over this in a lot of those videos out there. It's because it's very difficult. So I'll show you what I was using. So I originally was trying with this right here. Well, first I was trying with a regular size socket, but was just too thick. Here, I'll get it out here, which is one of this thickness. That's just not going to happen because the way it happens up in here, you have, let me try this. I'll give you guys a rundown of how it looks. So imagine that's the bolt you're trying to get right here, right? And now you got your hole up here that you're looking through, right? But in front of it is a bar that goes across here. It's recessed back this way, but it goes that way across it. So you really don't have a clear shot to this bolt right here because of this bar blocking it. So it's blocking it just about like that. So using one this thick just isn't going to happen because of that bar. So going with a thinner one was like, okay, that's a better choice. But even when I went with that, I wasn't able to get on there. It was still kind of going at an angle. So then I got this right here thinking this may help out. 10 millimeter, got a little swivel on there, get in there. That didn't happen. So then I got this one with a 10 millimeter on there, but it was just too thick. That bar that I was telling about, I couldn't get behind it to be able to get this onto the bolt. So then I got my Husky set out, and look at that. The Husky is just a little bit less long, which was just enough for me to get up in there and do it and loosen it up. So once I loosened it, I just got my finger in there and I just unscrewed it the rest of the way with my finger. It came off quite easy that way. Getting it back on, that's probably going to be another story, but that's what I did to get it off. Hopefully that part helps. All right, let's see if we can get this puppy out of here now. I think I have all the screws on. All right, so actually, let me back up so you can see where I'm at. There's one more bolt. There's a fourth bolt. Can you see it? Right there. There it is. You see it right below that red wire? Yep. So now I have to, that should be easy though. I can just reach in there with my wrench and get that one out. All right, now that we have all four bolts out, let's see what we can do to get this out of here. All right, so after you get all the bolts out, the next big obstacle is figuring out how to get it out of the actual door. So I'm stopping at this point so you'll see how I have this orientated so it may help you out. As you can see, this section is up here. This section is with the long elongated section is down there. I'm pulling that part out front. And you can kind of see the angle. You can see that little rubber thing that's part of the window, letting up the window is down below it. And I think right there is the best way to get it out. It took a while to figure that out, but hopefully that little bit of clue may help you guys out. So if you guys hit the like button and definitely hit that subscribe button because I have a lot of other YouTubers out there working on my Tesla Model S that you guys may find useful. Thanks for joining. Have a good day. Bye-bye.